And welcome back. This is your man Warrior, and we are going to be doing more of the triple mollywop series where we do unique teams against unique teams. Now, the counter team I'm using is actually a very powerful and very potent counter. Many people know about it. It's Thrawn with Death Trooper and Shore. Shore keeps everyone alive. Death Trooper with the Death Mark and Thrawn with the Fracture really eliminates anyone. This team right here can basically kill about anything in the game. We're going to go over my modding really quick so you can kind of see where I had them. But the opposing team has a Zeta on actually Darth Maul and has a Zeta on Savage, and then Count Dooku does not have a Zeta, and they were all Gear 12, had some Gear 12 pieces. Not all the Gear 12 Plus was there, and they had decent modding. Now, again, this team that I'm using can be utilized in basically against almost any team. It's about control, and you can maximize your points and get full 100% point capability with this team, and we'll go over how to do that. Let's really quick look at my characters and how I had them modded. So really quick, Thrawn has all of his Gear 12, Gear 12 Plus. I have 6E mods mostly. The mods that I have on here is kind of rando. You can see I don't have even a complete set of offense. I stole some mods off of him earlier, but normally this would be a 6E offense mod that I've got to obviously replace. I have speed on him here. I've got protection on him here. Health with health or protection would work here, and protection here with some speed secondaries on all of it. You'll see my actual stats. He's only 263 speed. That is not that good in comparison. I know a lot of people that roll in the low 300s for their Grand Admiral Thrawn, so this is very viable even at a lower speed. Now here's my Death Trooper. I have him Gear 12 with Gear 12 pieces, no Gear 12 Plus, so he's not super fast. And again, my modding for him isn't super amazing. I've got a health set, and then I have randoms on there. I haven't spent a ton of time throwing mods onto Death Trooper. The problem is I have too many individuals that need the same style of mods, and I don't move mods around. So of course this one just had 7 speed. This one has 9, 10 speed, 8. This one has offense and offense. I think this was like back in the day when I was needing a bunch of offense for, in phase 3. I haven't used this guy in phase 3 in a long time, but that's the last time I think I modded him was for the phase 3 team for the Sith raid. But you'll notice he's just not modded that well. In fact, his speed's only at 177. Nothing significant on him. So you don't have to have terrific modding on him either. And then lastly, Shore Trooper, I really do recommend health, tenacity, defense. Those are the types of sets. I have a tenacity set and a couple of health sets. For the top right, I've got health. I've got health on his triangle. I've got tenacity, and of course it's a 6E, so he gets a lot of tenacity from that, and then health. And the reason for all that tenacity is to try and get him as close to 100% tenacity as possible. I've got him at 90% right now. And then, of course, I've tried to get his health over 50,000. I got close. I'm going to have to do some of the Gear 12 plus pieces to actually get that and make it happen. But Shore Trooper is pretty good. Now, the whole entire principle of this battle is basically to be able to regenerate your health and protection through Thrawn being able to use this. Plus, Thrawn is a control piece. He's going to be able to speed them up, which turns into an ability block, which later on his basic will turn into a stun. So he brings in a stun. Death Trooper brings in a daze. Shore is going to heal, and Thrawn is going to revive protection back on everybody. And so in the team that you see here, what I have is Darth Maul, who is going to be target number 2. We have, of course, his brother Savage, which is going to be the last individual that you're going to go off of. And then, of course, we have Count Dooku. Count Dooku is going to be our #1 priority. Let's go ahead and walk through this battle. Shouldn't take too long at all. So the first thing he does is shocks me. Their team got off first. That's not uncommon. I have a pretty slow team. We're going to go ahead and fracture Count Dooku so he's no longer a problem for us. And they're going to do what they do. They throw daze. That's okay. What we want to do is take Count Dooku out as fast as possible, though. So I went ahead and did my Death Mark. Now, Death Mark doesn't actually mark on him, but it does do a significant amount more damage than his basic. And so I went ahead and used it because by the time I need it down the road, it'll be reset. So don't be afraid of using it. Now I'm going to regenerate health and protection on shore, bring all the heat onto Shore Trooper. I do a basic, which almost killed Count Dooku. We're going to go ahead and throw the AoE because we know the AoE will kill him, and we can start focusing on Darth Maul. Now we're going to fracture Darth Maul, put him out of commission, and we're going to use basic, and we're going to go ahead and swap health and protection. We're going to add the protection back to Death Trooper. So now Thrawn and Death Trooper are perfect. And we're going to go ahead and finish off Maul before he can do any damage. So we're going to use the Terminate and the basic. And again, I got to reset it. It was so fast that I was able to use it on the first character, use it on the second character, and you'll see I get to use it on this third character as well. Now he hits Thrawn, that's okay because Thrawn regenerates health and protection. We're going to fracture, which puts him out of commission. If you notice, he already has ability block from Thrawn hitting him on his basic earlier. Now Thrawn, in a second, is going to use his basic, which should, once we get to Thrawn, this swap. Now we all have full health and protection. We're going to use basic, which caused the stun. We're going to death mark. We're going to fracture. And that is all she wrote. Really quick, this is exactly the way it would go down with any other team. Obviously, if you're going against an extremely fast team, you might need to increase your speeds. You always want to pay attention to your competitors, but the way that you can basically control with a stun through his basic, hitting a character multiple times with his basic, Thrawn that is, the daze also shuts down anybody who's got counter chance, so this works really well against a CLS team. The health regeneration, this team can actually be used to go against Night Sisters. There is an AoE from Death Trooper, although it doesn't do a ton of damage. So if they're hiding and initiate under stealth, that's not really going to work. So that team is one of those teams that you wouldn't be able to use this with, but this can take out Traya. Remember, when you death mark, once you kill someone, you death mark. If you fracture immediately thereafter, it's just a one-shot kill for anything. Shore Trooper really needs to taunt all the time as much as possible, so that way he can take the heat off the other two, and then just remember to revive or regenerate that health and protection. Pretty simple team. I got a first attempt. You always want to win on your first attempt, even if it's not a perfect victory. And I, of course, had all three surviving units, full health and full protection, thanks to Thrawn. This is a really great team to use and keep on offense, very specifically so you can maximize your offensive points, because it's going to come down to a few points from time to time, and this may be the difference between first place and second place. If you like the series, Triple Mollywop series, leave a like and make sure you leave comments down below of other 3 versus 3 you'd like to see. And as always, keep your gaming on. Warrior out.